Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Did it
Good.
Morning.
snow your way?
Snow? Nope.
Yeah.
No, we just got a little bit of rain and that was it.
Huh. We're getting quite a bit our way.
Really?
Oh, it's coming down. A lot of the schools are on late schedule. They may be shutting down by now.
No, we're like 50 some odd degrees and we had some rain in the middle of the night, but that was it.
We were yesterday. We were like 50 some degrees. It thundered and lightning last night and woke up to snow this morning.
Uh, which we were
Yeah.
probably, I don't know, we were pushing 70 yesterday rather, if I recall correctly.
We might have been pushing 70. It was pretty warm. And it's still snowing. I'm walking over here to the window. You know, and the ground's getting kind of white, so it's coming down hard, and it has to. With as warm as that ground is, it'd melt pretty quick.
Yeah. Well,
But
part of me is jealous.
what's that?
Part of me is jealous.
Yeah, it's nice to see it every once in a while. We've had a very mild winter.
Yes. Yeah, us too, but not a whole lot of cold. Uh,
Yeah.
so Aaron and Jasmine, are y'all in there yet?
Yes.
Okay, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Um,
Uh, well, we can. You want to do your exam? We can do that exam. Uh, I can. Let's see here. So you'll go to your blackboard and under exams, click on that. Do y'all see that? And click on exam one and click on begin, and you'll have to type in the password. And that is AGRHM. HRM, I'm sorry. AGRHRM. Isn't that right, Tom?
yes, that's what you sent me.
Yeah,
Yep.
AGRHRM.
Yeah, which Keith is going to be taking his a little later today, so.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, yep.
Evan joined us yesterday, and now he's got to take his driving test today, I think he said. So he should be back next week.
All right, good. So does he
He
think he's going to
passed the
pass?
written. What's
Oh,
that?
good. I was asking if he thought he would pass, but if he's passed the written, he's well on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, he passed the written part, and he's got the driving part today, so he should be all right with that. I figured the written would be harder. Of course, I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a truck driver. Okay, have y'all gotten in on that, Jasmine and Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, if you have any questions, speak up. Otherwise, we'll let you take your exam. And I'll be quiet. You guys done?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We're done.
Uh, that's kind of all I had planned today. It's going to give you plenty of time to take it. Unless you want me to lecture to you.
It's up to you. I have Tom's class next, so I'll be in here all morning.
Okay. Well, I hadn't really put together a lecture today, 'cause I just planned on giving you that test and giving you an easy day of taking the test and taking a break before Tom's class. Um, so what did you think about the exam? Was it pretty fair? Straightforward? Wasn't tricky, was it?
I thought it was pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I could have made it pretty hard. But I didn't. I just, I I didn't want to make it too easy, but I didn't want to make it impossible. But I wanted you to make sure you're learning concepts and stuff. So uh, make sure y'all do that little doohickey, that talking head for Tuesday, and we'll do a performance evaluation on your work, and then we'll talk about performance evaluations.
Aren't the interview questions due by Sunday?
We'll back that off unless you've already turned them in. I'll look over them. I was wanting
No,
to. Okay, well, don't worry about the interview questions yet. Let's do that performance review because that's what the chapter's coming up on next. And so that way it'll be relevant, and then we'll just back up the interview stuff for the following week. Instead of this Sunday, we'll just push everything a week behind. Unless you get real ambitious and just want to get them done. I saw that look. Like, I don't know if I want to get that ambitious or not. So, I'll let you guys go. Y'all have a good weekend. And I'm going to go check on my water. So
did you think you got it fixed?
I don't know, Tom. I'm afraid my spring is rerouting.
Oops.
I can play with it and get water going, but I just can't keep it running. And I don't know if it's what the issue is. I called a guy. He's supposed to come this weekend to look at it. He put the system in originally for me like 20 some years ago. Or over 20 some years ago, back in 95. And it worked great. And then we had that 2 inches of rain within an hour 2 years ago, and it kind of messed everything up. So I called him to see if he'd help me, if we could redo the system, and he was busy. And so a friend of mine did it for me, or helped me with it. And we added another reservoir from the spring to my main reservoir. We added a second reservoir of 600 gallons, and then we just took out the old spring box and built a new one. But I don't know. We had the drought. It got low, but it kept going, and now we've got all this rain, and I'm wondering if it's found another way, if it's moved or what's going on. I'm about sick because if it's moved, I'm gonna have to dig a well.
Yeah. I got no advice for you, I guess. That's beyond my pay
No,
grade.
And the thing I'm debating too is if I'm going to have to dig a well, and I know this sounds bad, should I go sign up for an NRCS program or soil and water conservation program to fence out my streams and put in a water system so I get a cost share with that well, and then just kind of hook onto it after they're done. You know?
Yeah, but then there's how much property are you gonna be losing for around all of that?
Several acres, but they're going to, that rent they pay you for what you fence out is pretty good, more than I'd ever make grazing it.
Okay.
But, you got a 10 to 15 year contract, and then the government's on your land. And I don't know how much I want that.
No, I'm with you on that. But unfortunately, we have a couple of fields where we've got a creek running right through the middle of it, so we've got this, big couple 100 feet wide area that right there smack in the middle of the pasture that, oh well, turned one into two.
Well, that's not a bad deal because of pasture management, forage management, rotating your pastures around. I mean, I don't have anything against fencing off the streams. I think that's a really good idea, and putting in water systems and helping keeping that water clean. I just don't want the government forcing me to do it. And I would like the government assistance, but then they come on board, what else can they do? What's all that fine print? Because my understanding is they can come in there and control all your grazing. It's not all that, and they get enough people signed up, then they can do what they want to do. And I just don't trust the government.
No, I'm feeling you on that. We had another solar farm company come and talk to us, and then they sent us some of the paperwork about it, and I don't know. It seems like a good deal, but it's almost too good to be true, and I'm really wondering what unexpected things we're opening ourselves up for.
Right. I mean, I don't have an issue of fencing off my streams, and I have done some of that on my own. Dividing up my pastures and stuff. But, deals that sound too good to be true generally are.
Yes. But I was like looking at this contract, and it just had one clause there that I can't remember what it was, but it was sort of not only can they put up solar panels, but there's a phrase there, they can put up whatever else they need, or whatever else. And I mean, it was just a very open-ended statement in there. And they're like, so Dad talked to him, and he's like, well, that's just if they got to put up any other fences or anything, but
I'd want it specified.
Yeah,
I mean, they could put billboards up there. They could
or maybe they said, well, granted, it's on the backside of the farm, a billboard wouldn't work, but or maybe it said something about leasing it out, maybe. And I'm like, well, great. So they're going to put up their solar towers, and then they're going to turn around and rent it out to Verizon to put out a cell phone tower out there, and then who knows whatever else are they going to be able to stick out there.
Yeah, and how many years is that for, Tom?
25. It's either 20 or 25. I can't remember. It's been, 4 days since I read it.
You wouldn't be able to graze that or anything now, would you?
Nope. But that's the thing, and they're looking actually at 175 acres, but we had another company that was talking to us a few months ago, and they decided that the part we have in Carolina, which is what they were looking at, it was too swampy for them, and I'm afraid that these people are going to find the same thing. The cows can still go through it, but it is kind of a bit spongy. but they're supposed to. They come in, they put in whatever they're going to put in, and when their 25 years is up, they come back and they remove every bit of it. And so, I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it'll end up reducing the number of head of cows that we can have somewhat, but we'll make a whole lot more money off of this than we are off of the cows.
Right.
I want to say they're paying $500 an acre a year.
A year?
Yes.
Wow, that's even higher than corn rent.
Yes, and with a 1% increase each year, I think to adjust for inflation, which that's not quite going to keep up, but that's fine. But yeah, I mean it's we can give reduce the size of our herd a little bit and get some use out of that backside. And the nice thing is it'll be consistent and predictable. And I told Dad, I'm like, the very first thing we do is we take a third of the money we make out of the first 3 years and we set it aside in an account to make sure that the property taxes and stuff are covered no matter what. And
yeah, set up a fund, like a trust fund type deal to cover property taxes and and the farm insurance.
Yep. That's what we were talking about. And we were like, do we do it as an LLC or just do it as a trust fund? And you're doing it as like an LLC.
I don't know. I mean, that's something you'd have to talk to a lawyer about to figure out what would be best to limit your liabilities and best protection for your money. You may have some tax advantages in the trust fund compared to an LLC. But then again, the LLC would probably allow you some protection from civil lawsuits if somebody gets on there and gets hurt.
Yep, and the LLC would also help us as far as succession planning too, as far as passing it on to the kids, grandkids, and that kind of thing too.
That's right.
So. Yeah, so that thing, we got to look at it. But, of course, my father, he's gone to Florida, and he won't be back until the beginning of March, so.
You could probably come in there and say, here, I've looked at this contract, and I want to make, here's my concern is this open-end statement of whatever else we need. And then you want that specified. Say, I don't want a cell phone tower on here. I don't want this, You know what I mean? That it has to pertain to that solar farm only?
Yes, that's my thinking. We're going to get that wording changed, which this is just a sample contract that they sent us. But they've got to do the surveying and checking it out and all that kind of stuff first, so it's probably going to be a year at least before it gets going. But yeah, we're going to make sure on that mess. Because like I say, last thing we need is them to put up a casino or something like that.
That's right. Well,
then I know where my paycheck would be going.
I'm going to go take a look at my water situation and see what I got.
Okay. Well, have a good weekend.
Hey, y'all too. I'm going to cut this off. I think Greg's coming. He texted me. He should be here at class today. Okay. But I don't know whether to leave this stuff up or not. He knows how to cut it on and cut it off. So.
Dwayne, I got a quick question for you.
You bet.
The class, the 242 class.
Yeah.
It won't let me bring up any of the videos about the rationing or anything farther than that.
And I tried watching.
And Jasmine's trying to help me out a little bit with it.
It's not letting me watch them on my computer either.
Oh, you're getting like a gray screen and a little piece of paper looking icon in the middle of it?
Yeah, he has a little sad face.
It hasn't let me watch any of the videos.
Yeah, I've been encountering the same thing here in the last couple of days. I think it has something. Well, I started to say I thought it was just their server doesn't like Chrome, but it seemed like I did it on Firefox yesterday and it didn't work either. I I've said something to the network services people about it the other day, but I was the only person encountering the problem, so I'll get back in touch with them again and get them to look at it, but it's on their end. I know that doesn't help you, but we're working on it.
Okay,
is
Aaron,
my-
I'll tell you what to do. Give me a call. I'll help you with your ration balancing homework.
And the other thing, as
Okay.
much as it might pain me, is to suggest try using Firefox, see if it works. And worst case scenario, as much as if you have to try Internet Explorer and see if it works, I almost threw up in my mouth saying that, but
You don't like Explorer?
no, I do not. Not at all.
Come.
I
mean,
it's
I don't know
big.
the differences between Firefox and Explorer and Chrome.
It's big, it's bloated, they do things not following industry standards, and it's more of a security risk than the other browsers. It doesn't behave well.
So I best just use Firefox then, especially
Yeah,
on my home computer.
Yes. Yeah, I use Chrome mostly, but Firefox they've improved here lately too. But yeah, either way, just Internet Explorer, that's just sort of that's the worst one. But
Okay.
a lot of people use it because it's what comes on their computer, and they don't try to change it.
Well, that's me. I don't keep up with this stuff. So thank you for your advice and that counsel.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to pull that video page up using Internet Explorer on my desktop computer here, just to see if that'll do it. But let's see if I can find it.
But Aaron, give me a call. I don't mind helping you out with your ration balancing.
Okay, yeah, because I was a little confused on how to do it since I couldn't be able to watch the video.
Okay, that's not an issue. Just give me a holler. Give me a few hours to get on my water situation.
Oh, you're fine.
But yeah, I don't mind helping you. Give me a call anytime this weekend. If I'm free, I'll help you. If I'm busy, I'll call you back. We'll set up the time and I'll call you back.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime I can help you, just all you gotta do is holler. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay. It didn't work in Firefox. It did work in Internet Explorer. Here's what happened. Firefox is kicking up an error about the security certificate for the website, which that's going to be what's happening with Chrome as well. So what's happening is just the fact that Internet Explorer is less secure, it's letting you use a server. So just the VCCS needs to update their security settings. And there's not really, in Firefox at least, a way to say trust this computer anyway. I had this problem with another page a while back. So, but unfortunately, Internet Explorer, it just came right up and is ready to roll. Aaron, just to clarify, the when you're trying to pull up the video when you're getting error, is it happening at home or just here on campus?
Oh yeah, it's at home too. It's on my computer and my laptop.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but
Yeah, it's everywhere that I try to get
okay,
onto it.
okay.
Three. You are in the Zoom meeting now.
Chad, is that you? Chad, is that you? Hey, Aaron, I don't know if you print the slides out, but I just realized I'd put chapter 5 slides in Blackboard when it's supposed to be chapter 3, and I just put the chapter 3 ones out there. So,
Yeah, I was looking for the chapter 3 and I couldn't find them.
yeah, they're there now. I'm mentally blank. This is the 5th chapter we're covering, but it's, you know, that's where I went mentally.
Okay, are we starting the farm supply game today?
We talked about it Tuesday. Were you there Tuesday?
Yeah, I remember us talking about it, but I didn't know when.
Um, no, we'll probably end up getting into it, doing, because I want people to have read stuff and looked it over now that we've talked about it a little bit, and we may answer some questions and stuff today, and hopefully next Tuesday maybe, I think is what I had said, was my plan.
Okay, and you said, and what pages was it that we had to read or print out for the?
Oh, I can't remember.
Wasn't it like only like a certain number of pages you want us to read?
Yeah, it's like started at something like page 3, and then it goes through like 12.
Okay, yeah, I think that's about what it was. All right, well I'll read it. I need to read it.
Yep. I'm going to talk a couple more minutes about it at the beginning of class. So, and then the one other thing that I show you will help a lot too that I forgot to mention.
Okay, well that'll work.
Oh, I'm making a couple of minor tweaks to the slides for Chapter 3, so if you want to wait a few minutes, then re-download it. Okay. If you haven't downloaded it, no biggie. If you...
All right, that'll work. I'll wait.
Okay, the slides are ready.